Hi, hello, how are you all this fine day? I hope that if you're here, you subscribe to this channel if you're not already, and you check out the stuff that is down below. There is a weekly newsletter, social media, all the fun stuff. It's down there. You should check it out. So, I'm talking about a topic that I've discussed before, but especially now in our pandemic world, it's especially difficult for everyone, but it's always been difficult for we neurodiverse people to seek employment and be employed and all of the tidbits that come along with that. It's an interesting time from my own experience as I'm actively seeking out my next steps, because this is the first time that I've been doing this whole process of trying to find a job, a next place to go for myself. And I'm doing that fully open and fully aware that I'm autistic. I've never done that before because I didn't know I was autistic before when I was seeking out jobs. So before, I just thought I was really terrible at it. But now I'm fully aware that it's not me, it's the systems in place that are the problem. So please make that the key takeaway message of my chatter, is that if you're autistic, if you are neurodiverse, and you have been, are really struggling with either finding a job, keeping a job, perhaps you're unemployed like a lot of people, it's not your fault. Do not put all the blame on yourself. It's the fact that these places of employment, these systems in place, are not accommodating enough. They aren't aware enough, and they aren't asking the questions that would then garner adequate support. Because I know it's a hot button-ish issue of even disclosing if you are autistic or not. The whole voluntary form or question that often pops up in job applications of disclosing if you have a disability or not, and if that's even like a good thing to do. And if you can't tell already, I've basically decided I want to be very upfront and open about the fact that I'm autistic, and those are the strengths, the skills, and the weaknesses that I bring to the table. And if you can't accept that, then I guess it's not the right fit. Versus trying to go through the motions only to be stuck in the same miserable places that I've been before. That's just my experience. Perhaps that doesn't work for you, and that's okay. However you want to approach employments and doing all the things, is your choice, and no one can judge you for that. I've decided to be really open about being autistic, not only because I want a job and career to be fulfilling, or at the very least not completely exhausting, as well as I want to be able to access any potential resources that are out there and utilize the support that thankfully is beginning to arise for autistic and neurodiverse people, to ensure that we aren't overlooked, we're taken seriously, and we can live a full life being us. I feel like up to this point, it's been not so good, to say the least. I'm very grateful for the time that we live in, that we're beginning to be really open and recognizing that we need to accommodate more, because I cannot tell you how often I have to try and explain myself, try and put together some sort of elevator speech about here's how my mind works, and here's what you need to do, here's what you can expect from me, when I don't remember everything all at once. 99.9% of the time, I'm going to forget big points that I want to communicate to someone, and I just think later, I'm like, they probably should have known this and this and this. Really annoying. But shouldn't they be asking those questions? Shouldn't they be the ones that are already wanting to seek out the education and the knowledge to support everyone and be open to different people, different work styles, just different minds? It's frustrating. Again, it's the worst time possible right now to be seeking out and venturing into these treacherous waters of employment when times are tough. But regardless of the timing, there's still a need. There's still this issue that's here that, depending on how you choose to live out your life, with a job, without a job, trying to find a job, we still feel like we can't fully be ourselves. And we keep going through the vicious cycle of finding a job, it not working, us leaving or being fired, and just this vicious cycle of not finding that happy ground, that happy place where we can come together and recognize and celebrate one another. I know some people have that place and they stick with it for the rest of their lives, and other people are like me and you keep bouncing around. You just hope that something sticks, and I'm very grateful for the few places that I am in, the circles I'm in, where I'm fully embraced and accepted, and there needs to be more of that. So, again, on this final note of this rambling, you are not the problem. It's the systems. It's the employers that don't take you seriously, that diminish you and your needs. They ignore the fact that even though you aren't visibly disabled, you still need accommodations, and you are still valuable and competent and absolutely needed in whatever passion and whatever field you're drawn to. And with that, ending it on an uplifting note, I hope. Thank you so much for being here, taking the time to listen, to open up your hearts and your minds, and let's keep chatting about this. Keep the conversation going, and I'll see you all next time.